That was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. But could you maybe make it cooler as well?
It was pretty good, but add a little sauce to it. Get ready for the coolest Vue.js. I fucked up, I hit the table. Get ready for the coolest Vuejs event of the year, Advent of Vue. This annual extravaganza brings together the most talented Vuejs developers from all around the world who will be unleashing a new, mind-blowing project every day in December. From sleek libraries and hot plugins to jaw-dropping applications, these projects showcase the limitless potential of Vuejs. Don't miss out on this chance to witness the future of Vuejs and to join the elite community of Vuejs innovators. It's gonna be epic. You know, that wasn't bad. I'm keeping that one. That one was good.
Thank you very much.
I don't even know if any of that is true. He said that Advent of Vue is something that was started by Even. But I don't think that it's existed before. It seems to be pretty new. Yeah, you know, joined Twitter 2022. So, you know, he was lying a little bit. He was sugarcoating it. He basically just made it up. Okay. Advent of Vue. 24 coding challenges delivered, one per day via email. If you want to sign up, if you want to do this as well, you just click on the sign up button, enter your email, and you will get the challenges emailed to you. Gift search bar is day one, okay? So you click on this right here. I'm just going to call it this, right? I'm going to hop on over to here. Install the dependencies real quick, and we're going to run the projects and see what we have. What are the details? Tell me. You're tasked with building a debounce search bar for products from dummy JSON's product API. In case you're not familiar with the concept of debouncing, it's a technique that allows one to delay a function's execution until a specific amount of time has elapsed since the last call. Facts. For this challenge, you'll need to add a 300 millisecond delay to the find products function. You can make use of a readily available debounce implementations, or try writing one yourself. You'll also need to display a generic loading spinner / message, and if the function executes successfully, place the suggested product names and price tags inside an unordered list. Otherwise, use a native alert to show a generic error message. Dope. If the search term gets reset back to an empty string, clear the search suggestions as well. And they have a little video for us. So the first thing that I want to do is actually write the debounce function. I want to write the debounce function first so we can get that out of the way. And I want to use timeout. We're going to set that timeout to 300 milliseconds. Let's just create a little thing. We're going to call it debounce. So now we have a debounce function, but a timeout inside of it. And inside of this timeout, we want to run find products. Right? And instead of running find products here, we're going to wrap this in our debounce function. No, just going to run debounce right away. Save that. So now we get a little delay before it prints anything in the console log, and now it's not getting any term. So that's not that good, and that computer just went back on for some reason. It's a little bit creepy. Okay, well anyways, there's a delay. Problem is, if I write 1, 2, 3, 4, we should only get one console log out of this, but we get 4 because it's gonna run anyways, because it's not canceling out any previously set timeouts. So in order to do this, I'm gonna just put a timeout variable here. We're gonna call that timeout. And we're gonna set that variable every time this function runs, timeout. And now if we run this, it's going to remove that timeout completely because it's overriding it, but maybe that function is still gonna run. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just have to check that out. Yes, it's still running. So besides this, I thought that maybe just setting the timeout is gonna override it and cancel out the previously ran function, but we're also gonna check that if timeout exists, we want to clear timeout, clear timeout, and we're gonna give it timeout. Now we get one call because all of my keystrokes were within the 300 millisecond timeout. So we're gonna steal this fetch right here, right? Now, I'm not too keen on writing it like this. I would rather hit them with a little const the result. And we're gonna await this. We're going to get the data out of the result. So we're gonna do results.json. We're gonna need to await this as well. And I can't spell. And then we want to see if we actually got any data. So let's see what we got out from this. So we type A, makes a search, we get back products in the response, and cool. We want to create another ref up here, another variable for our application. We're just gonna call it products. And this is gonna be a ref so that it's reactive. And it's gonna be an empty array. And we are gonna replace this array each time we get back products inside of here. So, no, inside of here. So when we get back the data, we want to set products dot value to equals whatever we got back, but dot products really. And then we want to display that data. So let's give it a little slope. We're gonna v4 this. Let's say product in products. I'm gonna give it a key. And the object did have an ID on it, so we'll just use that. These fucking things, let's see if I can get it right. I'm not used to this keyboard at all, as you can see. Products.title and product dot, what was it, price? I think it was price. That's price, $sign there. Save that, and we get the price. We don't get the title because I misspelled. Okay. And how did this turn into iPhone? Is that what we're? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we also need to give it the term in order for this to work. And we're gonna replace this with $sign squiggly brackets, and we're gonna say term because we do get that as an input, but we're not giving it anything. Let's just use term here dot value. So we write in shoes and we don't get anything back. That makes me sad. Shoes, god damn it. What's going on? Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to use this value, but I'm still using this. And if we write shirt, there we go. And one of the other requirements was that when it's empty, basically replace the list with just an empty list again. So we'll say if search term dot value. Or rather, if we don't have a search term dot value, we want to set products dot value to an empty array. We should be happy with that. So if I write shoes, women's shoes, sneakers, women's shoes again, spelt differently, and we go back, and it's not empty because we are setting it to empty, but then we are basically not, we're continuing on with the function, so we need to return here. And we'll start over, shoes, we go back, empty, shoes, back, empty, shoes, select all, remove, empty, shoes, but quick back, pew, nice. And there was another thing that they wanted. What was that? Oh yeah, they want us to have a generic loading spinner or message, and otherwise alert for generic error message. What happens if we do it wrong right now? Well, if we get an error message, it is just gonna crash. It's not gonna do anything. Yeah, we get a 404, but nothing happens because we haven't set anything up. So I'm gonna take all of this, we're gonna plop it into a try catch. And if we do get an error, we're just gonna alert it. And a generic error message can be a something went wrong, the best error message that you could receive. And now if we save that and we come over here, I remove the letter from this URL just so that it's gonna break again. Cool. And we also need a loading mechanism. So let's close what we have. And let's come up here, let's create some loading. So const loading equals ref. It's gonna be false by default. But let's set it to true for now. And I want to a loading message if we do have a loading state, if it's true. So if loading, otherwise empty string. So now we have good old loading text, and we need to set this to false. And in our find products, first thing that we do, I was gonna do it right there, but let's not do it right here. Let's do it right before we do the request instead. So we're gonna set loading value to true. And we're gonna scooch on down here at the end of the function. We're gonna set it to false again. And now if we search for something like shoes, we get loading and then we get that. Cool.